guys. So my name is Sara Hathaway, and something I love to talk about is self-defense, something I do every day of my life. So I'm here to talk to you guys about that. I am the author of the Changing Earth series. It's a fictional series that I wrote for fun, and then it took off, and everybody loves the story, so they keep going, and eventually I'm going to bring the series to an end. We'll get there. I also am the host of the Changing Earth podcast. So, Sara F. Hathaway, I grew up country. I grew up shooting bows, shooting rifles, trap shooting, grandpa, gardening, shooting 12 gauges and stuff like that. So I was always an athlete. I like to play ice hockey. I like to do lots of things. Growing up, softball, kinds of stuff. Mom wouldn't put me in martial arts because I was too rough. I was always in the penalty box in ice hockey, and she didn't approve of that. So I finally started training on my own in 2002. I started with Kuksul Wan. It's a Korean style. And then I advanced into Taekwondo because I had Olympic dreams. I ended up having a family, realized that was going to take a lot of my time. So I don't want to do that anymore. But I train 5 nights a week, sometimes 6 if my instructor has his way. I just live there on a cot in the back. So that's basically my life is training. I love it. I'm always bruised and a mess, but it helps me teach other people how to defend themselves. And my goal in life, if I can just save one life, if somebody can have a better day because of something that I taught them, survive one disaster, get through just breathing a little bit easier because of something that I taught them, what an honor. It's worth more than any amount of money you could give me. So that's kind of my mission in life. So currently I'm working to get my 3rd degree black belt, and I just like to train, so I didn't like to test a whole lot, and my instructor is now forcing me to test so I can start opening my own school, coaching others to take them to the Olympics and things like that. So he's like, okay, you've been training, you need to start testing. So years and years of training and doing that. He also forced me to do jujitsu, which is ground game, so we're going to get into that. Avoiding and escaping abductions. So children, women should never, ever, 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 ever walk through a parking lot with headphones, games, or a cell phone. How vulnerable am I with my ponytail? Okay, right? You've got to have your head up. You've got to have it on a swivel. So please teach your children that, okay? And encourage your wife. She might not want to listen to you, but, encourage them to do. Danger is all around in a parking lot. So last night we were out to dinner. Sonia asked us, will you escort me to the vehicle? Because me and my husband are together. Absolutely. And not only that, I was so proud. Because she walks through the parking lot, head up, she's looking around, I could tell immediately what she was doing, and I loved it. And that's exactly what you should be doing when you're walking through a parking lot. Yeah, so that's exactly it. Parking lots have tons of great hiding places. They're, behind every vehicle, things like that. So you should always have your head on a swivel, have your pepper spray ready, and then they make noisemakers, right? You can hit the button, whoop, 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 or a whistle, right? Your car alarm is not sufficient. People are like, well, I'll just hit my car alarm if somebody attacks me. Okay, well, what if your car's over there? Now that everybody's looking the wrong way. And how often do you even look anymore if a car alarm goes off? Right? You're like, yeah, somebody's alarm's going off, whatever.
My car to make sure I didn't do it.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So nobody does that anymore. It's just like we hear it all the time. It's drowned out. So definitely you want to make sure that you have your head on the swivel, you're checking out what's going on, you have your noisemaker ready, women especially, and children. So hook your kids up, make sure they're safe. We have so many abductions nowadays, and they don't need to happen as long as we just talk to them a little bit. Okay, vehicle abduction. So I interviewed this guy, Michael Loftus, on my podcast, and he's been doing self-defense training for years, and his site is beautiful. He has a plethora of information. So his site is crimesafetysecurity.com, dashes in between each of those. And man, it's a funny story. I'll go real quick because I don't want to, but he started out on the wrong side of the law, ended up going full circle and training police officers how to do that, how to be more aware and teach other people self-defense. So I'm like, that's just an awesome story to me. If you are ever abducted, you never, ever, ever want to go to a secondary location. That is just, bye, never want to go. So you want to disrupt the driver as fast as possible. Okay, if they put you in a vehicle, you have to disrupt that driver. So some strategies that we can do to do this. So baby, you want to come down? So Brock, he's got me, this is my husband Brock, everybody. So Brock's got me captive, and he puts me in the passenger seat, and I'm in the passenger seat. Now what does he have to do? Right, what do I can do? Right? You can't freeze. And you have to teach this to your kids so they don't freeze. Because you can open up the door and walk out. Okay, so say he's got the door locked. I can't get out, right? Another strategy I can employ, I'm going to put my back against the door. He's now driving. As he slows the vehicle to go around the curb, I'm going to kick the crap out of him. Right? What's going to happen? The car's going to crash. I will never make it to the secondary location because the car will crash. He's going to freak, and he's going to run because now he can't drive his car no more. Okay, so we want the car to crash. So you can grab the ignition, turn off the key, you can disrupt the shifter, but you have to teach this to other people. You have to show your children how to make this happen. Also, you can grab the steering wheel mid-turn, right? Just grab that steering wheel, rip it down, cause the car to crash. You don't want to go to the secondary location, okay? If that person has a gun and you're scared of the gun, chances are they're not going to shoot a woman or a child in public. And if they're willing to shoot a woman or a child in public, guess what they're going to do to that woman or child at a secondary location? You're dead already. Exactly. So you might as well take the bullet wound. You know, we learned how to pack them. Right? You might as well take it there because you do not want to go to that secondary location. Whenever the door is open, whenever they're on the move, you have to teach them to scream, help, police, help, police, help, 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 all the time. Make a ruckus. Pull a fire alarm. You know, you have to move. So even if I'm in a self-defense situation and I'm going to defend myself because somebody's attacking me, as I'm attacking them back, I'm saying, help, help, somebody help me, okay? Why? How many videos do we have nowadays? Right? I don't want them to think I was the one doing it, right? So that's how my way of saying, no, look, I'm the victim, and I'm attracting the attention of everyone around because I'm super loud.
It won't help you, but it'll be all over Facebook.
Exactly. I'd probably take mine anyway. So anyway, back seat of the car, same kind of principle, okay? He's driving the car, and I'm in the back seat. I can kick his seat to disrupt him. I can come up over his eyes to disrupt him. When the car is slowing down, when it's in a turn, is the ideal time to pull a move like this. And these are not, you know, these are things that everybody can do, a child can do. All right, evading abduction. So again, Michael Loftus, awesome guy. Stranger wants you to come closer, you run the opposite direction. You thrash, you fight, everything you have to get away from this guy because it's done. If he's got the gun, like I say, chances are he is not going to kill you right there. And if he does, it was going to get a lot worse later. So you might as well just go for it. Teach your children. They can run around the parked car, right? Run around the car. Just keep running, screaming till they get the attention of somebody. You can also go under the car, belly up. They crawl under after you. You just go out the other way. There's lots of things to do if we don't freeze, right? So that's what it's all about. Pull a fire alarm, creates a lot of noise.